Hey, we're back, and this time what we're talking about is constant rate of change. By constant, we mean stays the same. Something that's constant stays the same. Stays the same. And so what we mean to say is, well, what's staying the same? The rate of change is staying the same. And we're going to do it in this video two ways. We're going to do it once with a table, and then we'd also do it with a graph, and hopefully before the video's out, we'll see the connection between the table and the graph. And I'm just going to use a problem from homework just for the sake of time. And the two things I'm going to be tracking, because we have a rate here, so it means we have to have two quantities. One is pounds, LB, pounds of ham, say that. And the other thing we're going to track is the cost of the ham. So there's our two items, pounds and cost. And heck, if we have 0 pounds of ham, well, yeah, it should be $0. And if we have 3 pounds of ham, we're going to say that costs $12. If we have 6 pounds of ham, that's going to cost $24. And if we have 9 pounds of ham, we're going to say that costs $36. Okay, now these are just simply the numbers. The numbers for the ham, the numbers of the cost. And so you can almost see these are points, aren't they? 0, 0, 0.36. In that case, what makes sense to consider is the rate in this case would be dollars per pound. And when you go to the store, that makes sense. I buy my ham at $8.99 or $7.99 per pound. But we're talking about the change this time. So what do we mean by that? Well, let's consider the change in the pounds ham. Change in the weight, the pounds. Well, between here and here, this is 3 minus 0, or it's a change of 3. Between these 2 points here, it's going to be 6 minus 3. That's still 3. And so let's keep in mind, all I'm looking at right now are the pounds of ham. And what's the change between here and here? Well, it's 9 minus 6, or 3. So the change here is the same when I go from one point to another. Let's go on the other side, and let's consider the change in cost, or the change in dollars. Well, from here to here, it's 12 minus 0, or 12. From here, from 12 to 24, it's 24 minus 12 equals 12. And from here to here, it's going to be 36 minus 24, which equals 12. Okay, so I've got the change in dollars, I've got the change in pounds. The rate of change, remember a rate looks like a fraction. So the rate of change, okay, now we're going to have a definition. The rate of change is going to be the change in the one quantity. In this case, we'll have the dollars on top. So it's the change in dollars over the change in pounds. And many of you recognize, hey, if I was going to graph this, it would make sense. Doesn't the cost depend on the ham, on the pounds ham? So how much I pay depends on how much I buy? Sure, so this is going to be my X value, and this is going to be my Y value. So when I go to graph this thing, pounds of ham is going to be my X, and cost is going to be Y. So what we're going to do now is, before we do, we're going to plot some of these points. Let's do that now. So I can plot 0, 0. So here's 0, 0. Oh, well, let's be clear. Pounds of ham is on the bottom. So my graph here, pounds of ham. And my y-axis is going to be the cost. This is my cost in dollars. Okay, so let's plot some points now. The dollar sign didn't look very clear there, did it? So I've got 0, 0. I've got 3, 12. So here's 3. go up to 12. 6/24, so go over to 6. So over 6 up to 24. To make sure I've got that in the right spot. All right, 6 1. And then I have 9/36. That's going to take me, make sure follow the 9 line all the way up. There's conveniently, it all fits in this one graph. So I'm going to draw a line through this because they look like they lined up. Well, then let's. And remember, when I go to draw my lines, I'm going to put my pen or my pencil on one point. I'm going to bring my straight edge up to the other, and then I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to hold the ruler in 2 places. That way it doesn't move on me. So I'm holding here and here. Draw my line. And even if I didn't have 0, 0, I see it goes through these points. It looks like it, and through 0, 0, which makes sense because if I have 0 pounds in hand, well, I'm not going to pay anything for it. What we want to focus on now before we went any farther is what do we mean when we say the change in pounds? So what do I mean? Well, I'm going to pick 2 points. I'm going to pick this point here, which is 312. I'm going to pick this point up here, and this is the point 936. So when we talk about the change in pounds, the pounds are marked down here. The change in pounds is going to be, what's the change this way, left, right, going from this point to this point. So to see that, I'm going to draw it this way. So if I take this and I go all the way down till that's the x-axis, and I do the same thing here, I'm going to use the yellow for this. We're all talking the change. What is the change in the pounds hand? Well, it's this difference right here. It's this difference right here. So this is my change between these 2 points in this direction, which happens to be the pounds of ham. And what is that? Well, it's this 9 minus 3. And I'm sure many of you notice, hey, there's the 9, there's the 3. So this is my change in the pounds of ham for these 2 points. Now what I want to do is think about what's the change in the cost between these 2 points. Well, that's like getting, I'm going to use the same 2 points, but this time I'm going to go from here, same 2 points, and there. So the change is this quantity here. It's this whole quantity here. So this right here is the change between these 2 points. And many of you noticed, hey, so what is that change? Well, it's 36, because that's the 36, that's the y here, minus the y here is 12. And yeah, you noticed, hey, there's the 36, there's the 12. So we see in the points, and we see it right here in the graph. This is my change in the pounds hand. So 36 minus 12 is 24, okay? And 9 minus 3 is 6. So here we go. Let's go back to our definition. The rate of change is a change in dollars. So this is my change in dollars, right, for these 2 points. And let's see if I write this. I'm going to write it in a Sharpie so it stands out more. So my rate of change, this is what I mean to find. And this is defined as, what is it? It is the change in dollars, right? That's what's on top, over the change in pounds. Okay, so what is the change in dollars? Well, it's 36 minus 12, and the change in pounds is 9 minus 3. So if we do the numbers now, 36 minus 12 is 24, 9 minus 3 is 6, and 24 divided by 6 is 4. So the rate of change is $4 a pound. And we could see that carefully. If we start here at 0 and we go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, hey, we're back on the line. So a difference of 4 over 1. And if I do that again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go to 1, hey, I'm back on the line again. If I go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go up 1, I'm back on the line again. So this change is seen by going up 4 and to the right 1. Because 4 is the same as 4 over 1, isn't it? So this is the rate of change right here. Okay, let's go back to our table for a moment. And this change in dollars over change in pounds, in this case, my change in dollars, well, here it is, right? There's the change in dollars. In each one of these cases, it happened to be the same. It was 12. So change in dollars was 12. And for this 12, it was 3. And so I can see my rate of change in pounds is the same. And so 12 over 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. $4 per pound. Notice that it's staying the same. In the table, it's staying the same, $4 a pound. On the graph, it's $4 a pound. So it's staying the same. That is, it's constant. The rate of change is constant. So that's what we tried to show here, that in a table, what we do is we find the difference from point to point of each quantity. So remember, we did it first by finding the change in the number of pounds. Oh, come on, focus, you stupid camera. Oh, man. Please focus. Okay, so we first found the change in pounds. We found the change in dollars. And the rate of change is going to be the change in dollars over the change in pounds. Notice what we're doing. We're not actually finding the ratio of these. We're actually finding we're setting up a rate that's with the change. And we saw it here, and then we saw it here from the table. That if I'm on the graph, I can go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. And lo and behold, that's exactly what this constant rate of change is. Hope this helps.